We're back, part two. Had some technical difficulties with memory on the previous recording device. So we got some water, some break, and so we'll just finish off where I left off. Just park systems around Brunswick, Heritage Farm Park in the 1860s. You look so bored. I'm so sorry. It makes me mad. Okay, Heritage Farm Park System, 1860s historical farmstead. You can go there, check out some of Brunswick's history, and it's a park system open to the public. There's also the Mirror Park, North Park, Pepperwood, Pumpkin, Ridge, Rolling Hills, and just a few other parks around Brunswick. Okay, so just to get into a little bit of just some research on different things that help with stress. There was a study done, a nature study, so you can just support, hey, I stopped in the middle of the park, I wonder what the research has to say about that. So there was a study where 40 participants were exposed to nature noises after doing a tough rhythmic tennis. Half of them were exposed to the nature noises, the other half were exposed to city sounds and other types of noises that aren't specific to nature and soothing types of things. And they did it's called a skin conductance test. And the skin conductance the recovery was faster for those who were exposed to the nature noises than those who were exposed to the city noises. This is a National Institute of Health study. The way that they tested the skin conductance, they actually put electrodes on people's hands that were participating just as a way to monitor the sympathetic nervous system. So it's kind of interesting that they saw positive results in nature and different things like that is helping relieve stress. There's also been some research done on aromatherapy. This study was actually done specifically on 36-year-old female adolescents. In this, there were two specific groups. One group were given a placebo effect. They were actually given a necklace that actually didn't have any type of aromatherapy in it. They were told, there's just scented oil in this necklace, but there's actually nothing in the necklace. So they were thinking, oh yeah, maybe this is relieving my stress because I have oil in my necklace that I'm breathing in or whatever. And then there was the other group that were knowingly exposed to the aromatherapy, and they showed the IgA salivary stress response was lower in those receiving the aromatherapy. So the study showed that the therapy was effective in the research. So that's kind of interesting. And also there's exercise for stress relief, and this is something I know is really well known, everyone knows. So if you exercise, it's help relieve your stress. So this particular National Institute of Health article basically just looked at all of the studies together, 168 total studies that were done on exercise and stress relief, and they found the majority of these studies did show that it's very well known that exercise really does help reduce stress. And I guess just something that I did find was one of the biggest impairments in this particular study was when you're stressed out, you don't really want to exercise. But if you actually are able to get yourself out there to exercise and be able to motivate yourself, exercise is very healthy. Very healthy, yeah, good thing to help relieve stress. So, I don't know, when you kind of look around the city of Brunswick for places you can exercise, we have a bunch of places. We have, of course, the Brunswick Rec Center. Planet Fitness is something new that kind of popped up recently. There's UXL 24-Hour Fitness. That's been around for a pretty long time now. Anytime Fitness is one. Yeah, there you go. And then there's also a Zen Yoga studio in Brunswick that I just saw recently pop up. It's I haven't looked into rates at all, but kind of neat. We have a yoga studio now, our very own.
That fitness place, that new one that you built, somebody says there's a track up on the top of the building.
On top of the building?
That's what I heard, and I don't know for sure.
Huh.
I guess like a race
you
track
could
or
run
something.
outside on top of the building. Oh, that's really neat. So then another study done on music and stress relief. So they just took two groups and 50 people. They broke them up into 50 people up into 2 different groups, and they had them listen to specifically Indian classical music before doing a procedure, a surgical procedure. They also assessed the perception of the procedure after listening to the Indian classical music. They measured blood pressure, heart rate, respirations, and it was shown that the music was also effective, and that the study was suggesting maybe before surgical procedures, maybe patients should listen to things like music to try to calm themselves down, and they'll even perceive the procedure as not being as scary, or all sorts of different things. Maybe they'll have a more positive outlook. This procedure is going to go better just by listening to music.